Alright, Gucci Maniacs, welcome back to Season 2, Race 2 of G Cup Racing. A reminder of what happened earlier. Last year's champion, this Batmobile right here. And of course, getting a spot in the finals for this year from round 1 was Catwoman. We're going to go until all these spots are filled. And the cars competing today, representing Team Metal, is this yellow car. Representing the odds, which is 1 through 9, will be the Snickers car. Representing Team OG was a car given to me by a friend of mine named Jennifer Kellogg. Her kids gave this car to me. It's the He-Man car. It's taken on the representative of the 80s, which is from the number 80 to 89. This is the last one of that series, or that team. So both members of that team will be running again in other races because each round will have to have a car from each race. Team Batman, represented by this gold Batmobile, with taking on Team 90, which is from 90 to 99. Team 55 through 50 versus Team 30. Team 20 versus the Batmobile again. Team Batman versus Team Mario. Team Batman again versus the 20s. The teens, which is 10 through 19. First Responder versus the 70s. Team OG, represented by this red car, versus Team Batman, which is the only non-Batmobile, but it does have a Batman theme. Team Matchbox versus the 40s. Team Batman versus Hot Wheels. And then Batman versus the villain. The villain car being the Riddler. If this is your first time watching G Cup Racing, I'm going to give you a little example of how this works. As you can see, I have 2 cars set up. These are the 2 cars that came with the track, the Mandalorian and the Baby Yoda. I fix a piece of the track again. Sorry about that. But it's quite simple. This is what needs to happen is I'm going to release them both at the same time. And the first car that reaches the end first wins, which technically Baby Yoda would have won this round because his flag popped up first. And then what I'm going to do is I'm going to switch them. Baby Yoda won again. And the first car that wins 2 out of 3 races will move on to the next round. And then we'll see, we'll keep going until there's only 1 car left, and that car will be put in the case, and we'll be in the finals. So we're going to put Team Metal in lane 1, and the Snickers car in lane 2. I added the dinosaurs for a little extra touch this time around. I'm going to be adding different things as Easter eggs to see if you notice them. So I'm not going to tell you what the Easter eggs are every time. Just take a look, you'll see. Team Metal takes race 1. Excuse me for a second. Had something stuck in my throat there. And race 2, Team Metal moves on, and the Snickers car is done. And if you watched last season's G Cup racing, you know Team Batman won the overall points as a team and took the championship because they had the most cars to move on to the finals. Part of the reason why I did have a jump in this last year, and I noticed not every car was making it over the jump, so I took the jump out this year. Now this 88 UPS car has rubber wheels, and we know last year rubber wheel cars did not do very good. Well, this is the first time I've ran this He-Man car on this track. Man, that He-Man car is pretty quick. I'm going to have to tell Jennifer to tell her kids that I use this car in this video so they can watch it. And He-Man moves on in the 88 UPS car. Is out. Well, we're about to see a clean sweep all day long. We don't know that yet. But now, Team Batman versus the 93 car. And the 93 car just barely edged out the Batmobile that time around. And the Batmobile beat the 99 car that time around. And the 99 car moves on, and the Batmobile will be going over here in the junk pile. The 33 Kleenex versus the 55 Deloitte. Now, I am going to be filling the wheels on these NASCAR cars because some of them have rubber wheels. The 55 car takes round 1. And the 33 car takes round 2. And I believe this year the cars are far more competitive than they were last year. Doing away with that jump has helped. And the 55 car moves on, and the 33 goes bye-bye. Now the 24 Jeff Gordon car versus the Batmobile. That Batmobile might be too small to trigger the flag. We'll see. And it is. Because I think it slightly beat Jeff Gordon. But because it did trigger the flag. So Jeff Gordon beat it. Jeff Gordon does not have rubber wheels. He has solid plastic wheels. And that time the Batmobile beat Jeff Gordon to the punch. And the best part is seeing that cars have won in both lanes. We know there's nothing giving one lane an advantage over the other. And the Batmobile will move on, and Jeff Gordon will be leaving. I do have another version of this style of Batmobile. It's new to the collection, and I'm not using it yet. It's going to be the last one of the Batmobiles to make its debut, or it might be next to last, because I found a black one of this, which is, if it's still where I saw it, I'm going to pick it up. But next is the Batmobile versus Team Luigi. So we could have Batmobile versus Batmobile in the next round. Luigi beat the Batmobile. Luigi and his brother Mario. Mario didn't make it last time around, but now Luigi has a chance. And Luigi goes on. So Luigi might be the first person to take out two Batmobiles. We'll find out. The number 12 mobile car versus the Batmobile. Now this is a greenish color Batmobile. It's the same style of Batmobile that won last year's championship. The Batmobile takes race one. Mobile takes round race two. I'm loving how these cars are not going down without a fight. And the Batmobile moves on, and the mobile car flipped over when it hit the end there. If you watched the last time around, several cars went off the table, so I had to put the case close enough to the end of the track so they won't fall off the table. The 76 car versus the Ambulance. The Ambulance beat the 76. Can the 76 win one and force race three? We're about to find out very shortly. And no, the Ambulance pulls it off. A clean sweep from the Ambulance. who wins 2 races in a row. We determine the winner is number who triggers their flag first, or number who makes it the furthest on the table, because sometimes not everybody makes it down to the end. But since doing away with the jump, this has actually helped quite a bit. You got the Team Batman's 88 car versus the OG team. Now this car came with some of the extra track I got to expand the track. If I can get 1,000 subscribers on YouTube and here on Rumble to where I can start getting monetized and making more money, I'm going to expand the track. But right now I can't do that until I start getting monetized. This is as far as the track's going to be until then. And Team OG has won round 1 there. Now last year, some of these teams did not have anyone advance to the finals. Team OG had no one advance. And Team OG will yet again have another car moving on to the next round. And now we got the 42 Mellow Yeller. Representing Team Matchbox. I think this is a Porsche. I'm not sure. If you know what kind of car this is, let me know in the comments section. I think it's a Porsche though. Oops. We have to redo that one because I forgot to put these down. My bad. Sorry about that, folks. So we have to redo round 1 for these two. And what I think is a Porsche for Team Matchbox, just not at the 42 car in the first round. Team 42 come back and yeah. Don't know what happened to that Porsche there at the end, but it seems like he kind of slowed down a little bit near the end. And the Porsche, which I think is a Porsche. Like I said, if you know what type of car this is, let me know in the comments. Just beat out the Mellow Yellow Cal Petty Mellow Yellow car. Again, another one of that style of Batmobile that won last year versus Team Hot Wheels Oddball car. This one's a black car. We have a dark gray and a light gray. The light gray one is in the next race, by the way. And the Batmobile still managed to somehow come from behind at the last minute and beat Team Hot Wheels Oddball car there. Then Team Batman takes it. and a clean sweep. And now for the last two cars. The lighter gray Batmobile versus the Riddler. Can the Riddler pull off what his teammate Catwoman did? The Riddler takes race one. And the Riddler knocks off one of that style of Batmobile. Like I said, doing away with that jump has made this a lot more competitive. Now we're down to the second round of today's races. Ooh, Team Metal just barely beat the He-Man car. I also think this yellow car is a Porsche too, I'm not sure. So if you know what make this car is, let me know. Ooh, He-Man beat out Team Metal that time. And now He-Man has a chance to beat Team Metal. And He-Man does. He-Man advances. Team Metal goes home. '93 versus 55. One of these two will advance and take on He-Man. '93 beat the 55 that time around. Switch lanes. And 55 beat 93 that time. Switch lanes one more time to see who will take which race. And 93 moves on. 55 goes bye-bye. And again, we got Team of Batman versus Team of Mario with Luigi taking on the smaller Batmobile. The Batmobile takes round one, and Luigi came in a close second. But if you're not first, you're last. Luigi needs to win this one. And Luigi wins this one. So Luigi stays ahead. And Luigi knocks off another Batmobile. And this one flipped upside down after he hit the end. So Luigi could be taking on another Batmobile in the finals. Depends on if this Batmobile here can get past the emergency team or first responder. So far, first responders takes race one as the Batmobile. falls short. And Team First Responder will be facing Luigi. What a race this is turning out to be, folks. Team OG versus Team Matchbox. Team OG takes race 1 this go around. Ooh, Team Matchbox takes this round. So Team OG, who has 2 cars competing today, has to win this race if they want to keep both cars in. They do, just barely. Now this is the last chance for Team Batman, who had the most cars in today's video. As the Riddler for Team Villain takes on the black or gunmetal Batmobile. The Riddler takes round 1. Man, this would be some coup here if Team Villain manages to knock out Team Batman. I don't know how that happened. The Riddler just slipped up underneath his flag there. And the Riddler took up another Batmobile. Maybe Team Batman does better with the jump, but this is finally making it more competitive. Okay, what's going to happen here is the loser between the 93 and He-Man will face the loser between Luigi and Team First Responders. And then the winner in between those 2 losers will face the loser between Team OG and the Riddler. So we could have 2 Team OGs facing each other to get a final spot. And again, I forgot to flip the flags up, so I'll have to restart. Sorry about that. Ooh, the 93 beat He-Man. So He-Man needs to pull off an upset here and win the next 2. He-Man takes race 2, but He-Man has to win race 3. It's a must-win for He-Man. It doesn't really need to win, and it's well, actually, it's a must-win for both. And we're about to find out. Team He-Man will be moving on to the finals for sure. The 93 car will have to take on the loser of the next race. Luigi versus First Responders. Luigi takes round 1 of this one. The winner of this round will go to face the winner. Will go on to face He-Man. And Luigi. So it's going to be Luigi versus He-Man from Team OG versus Luigi from Team Amardale. So the ambulance will face the 99 car. You got the Riddler versus this concept car, which represents Team OG. So far, Team OG takes the first race in this one. But I would not count the Riddler out yet, because as we've seen, the Riddler can come back and win 2 in a row. The Riddler takes the second one. And the Riddler moves on. Now Team OG will have to wait to see who wins between 99 and First Responders. I mean 93 and Team Responders. So far, Team First Responders could be moving on. And Team First Responders will take on the concept car from Team OG. So Team OG could be facing the Riddler from Team Villain again, or it could be Team First Responders versus the Riddler. Team First Responders takes race 1. Now all they need to do is win the second one. So they are the favorite right now. They have the advantage of only needing one more win. And they got that one more win. So Team First Responders will go to face the Riddler from Team Villain. And the winners of these next 2 races will be facing each other. And the winner of that one will be headed to the championship round later this year. Ooh, looks like Luigi from the Team of Mario just knocked He-Man down. Now Luigi has the advantage. He only needs a 1 win. As for He-Man, he needs a 2. And Luigi knocks off He-Man to the Kellogg children. I'm sorry, but He-Man did put up an effort and made it to the semifinals. He was just knocked out by Luigi. Well, this will be something if Team First Responder ends up beating Riddler and then facing Luigi and knocking off Luigi. The Riddler takes race 1 and landed upside down. I don't know why that happens. A lot of these cars ended up landing upside down. I have no rhyme or reason why they do that, but they do. Ooh, Team First Responders not going down without a fight. And Team First Responders knocks out the Riddler. So now we know there will not be 2 members of Team Villain in the finals. But it's either going to be Luigi from Team Mario or the Ambulance from Team First Responders, which, by the way, the Ambulance had to fight to get into the semifinals here, to get into the finals for today's races. Luigi takes round 1. If Luigi wins this next race, he'll be moving on, and we will have 3 different teams with somebody in the finals, which didn't happen till later on last year. Last year, the first 4 winners were Batmobiles. So it's good to see other cars besides Batmobiles winning. Ooh, and the Ambulance for Team First Responders just came back and tied it. So this will be the decisive race as to who will be moving on into the finals for this season. And remember, that Batmobile gets a bye since they won last year. If a different car wins this year, that Batmobile is out, and that car gets a bye for next year's championship. And that Batmobile has to work its way into the finals. And the Ambulance moves on. So that's it, folks. The third competitor, moving on, representing Team First Responders, which, by the way, this is the first. Last year, Team First Responders had no one representing them. This year, they have 1. So that's it, folks. These are the first 3 cars in the finals. Last year's champion, the Batmobile. Round 1 winner, Catwoman. Round 2 winner, the Ambulance for First Responders. Don't forget to like, subscribe, share. Help me get these videos monetized. Help me get to 1,000 subscribers. Until next time, have a good night and be good to each other.